Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Computer Department of Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering, I would like to welcome all of you for today's webinar. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our today's eminent speaker, Mr. Srinivas Sir, who is currently working as Associate Manager of Advanced Application Engineering at Accenture. He is he is expert Microsoft professional. He is certified in multiple Microsoft technologies such as Azure Fundamentals AZ900, developing Microsoft Azure and web services, accessing data with Framework 4.0, MCPD, MCTS, MCSA, and many more. He worked with multinational companies such as Infosys and TCS. Sir received multiple appreciation and awards like Accenture celebrates Excellence Award in November 2019, Best Manager Award at Infosys in 2017, Tech Champ Award at Infosys in 2016, Bravo Special Recognition Award at Infosys in 2014. So I would like to welcome Sir and hand over the mic to him for today's webinar. Sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that, wonderful morning introduction. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Srinivas Kongara, and for the next 90 minutes, 90, I'm going to interact with you on this Microsoft Cloud Technology, Azure. Okay, Azure is a cloud platform from Microsoft. I believe most of you are aware about that. Yeah. So can we go ahead, Sonali, ma'am? Right? Is everything?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah, my
Yes.
voice is clear, right? Is my voice clear
Yes.
and audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. So I'm starting. So any kind of network glitch or anything, please do let me know. Either ping me or call me. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, friends. Good morning once again. Okay. So welcome to this webinar on Microsoft Azure. In these difficult times, we all know how the situation is outside, but still, our organizations, our companies, and your colleges, academia, universities, they're how much they're struggling and finding the new initiatives, new ways of learning. And this is one of such initiatives. I'll appreciate the entire college management and Director Kulkarni sir, Sonali ma'am, and other team members. Okay, so let me start with here. This is the agenda. We are going to discuss about Azure Cloud Overview. The first line is Azure is the cloud from Microsoft. What is cloud? All those things we'll discuss after a few minutes. This is brief agenda. For the next 40-45 minutes, we're going to get the overview of Microsoft Azure Cloud. What it is, why, what is there inside, so many things. After that, we'll be focusing a little bit on the deployment part, app development and deployment, but majorly I'm going to show deployment because I don't want to focus on a particular technology like Java or .NET. So I'll be focusing on deploying an app onto the cloud. Then we'll also see how to get insights, the data points about your particular app. Insight is typically getting to know how your app is doing. Is my app performing better? How many people are connecting? Is it available always? Is it doing good? These kind of insights, the data points that you're going to get in the form of email, SMS, dashboard, that will help you to monitor your site and improve your business further. So these are the three major agenda items. Majorly 50% of the time we'll be spending on the cloud Azure overview. And for some time, I'll show you how to deploy a local application into the cloud. And then we'll see how to monitor it and improve its performance and go further. And I'll keep some 10 minutes for question and answers at the end. It may go 2-3 minutes here and there, but this is the planned agenda. So let's get started. The first item of our agenda, Azure Cloud Overview. So if I may ask you, what is cloud? If this could have been a classroom or a conference room where we are meeting in person, I love to interact with you. I could have asked you, please raise your hand. Let me know what do you think, Mr. This person that like I used to interact. But these are a little challenging in this virtual environment. You don't have to respond to this. But the question comes to just to make you feel interactive. You can think of this answer in your mind. Whenever this kind of question comes, you think of the answer. If you are really intended, you can post it in the chat window also, but due to time constraints, I'm not reading right now. Only I'll take some kind of questions if you have. Okay, so what is cloud? When I say cloud, some of you might be thinking about this. Definitely you ask your kids or your younger sister or brother. Okay, those school going kids or elderly people, those who are not much familiar with the IT and especially the cloud technology or cloud computing, the people who are not familiar, you ask what is cloud, they'll say this only. In fact, my daughter was asking, Dad, what are you going to teach on clouds really? Like she was asking. So the cloud for a common man is this. But what cloud we are going to discuss, definitely you know it's not about this particular cloud. It's about something like this, which is used in cloud computing. This kind of diagram is a cloud computing representation with a very high level and abstract manner. Here, this particular center icon represents the cloud. The definition of the cloud, if you ask me, set of services in the form of either software or hardware or some tools like two programming tools or components or databases where you can seamlessly access those services over the internet by sitting anywhere in the world using any device anytime. Only conditions applies, you should have a proper internet connection. That's it. If you just have a good speed, 1 mbps, 2 mbps, preferably 10 mbps internet, and there are a lot of free clouds also, minimal amount also you can pay, and you can use any of the cloud service available in the market from anywhere in this globe using any device anytime. That's the actual vision of this cloud definition. Set of services you can seamlessly access over the internet. But where is this cloud? Now we are going to focus on this icon. Here you are sitting. Here somebody like your college member is sitting. Here I am sitting. Here some of your friends accessing on mobile. So like that, we are all connecting to cloud. But is it really in the sky? What do you think? Definitely no. Let's see where is that cloud. Yeah, if it is a classroom, I could have asked you. So majorly, if you ask kids again, they the moment you say cloud, oh, you have cloud in computers also. Oh, this is the cloud that is in the sky. But this cloud is technically not on the cloud. Logically, it's a cloud representation because you are accessing seamlessly. See, the cloud you see in Mumbai, you see in Hyderabad, you see in Delhi, the cloud more or less looks similar. It's not like you can't pinpoint this is only on top of Mumbai, this is only on top of Pune, like that. So that seamlessly you can access from anywhere. That's why logically it is given. But exactly physically, it will be on a data center. The cloud, if you'd like to see physically, you want to open the door of a cloud, you don't have to take a rocket, you don't have to climb using some kind of imaginary ladder onto the sky. So it is set up on earth, sometimes oceans and forest areas. It's a typical logical representation of that data center. It's not a full-fledged, just one pic of the data center. The logical representation is cloud. Physically the cloud is called data center. A single cloud will have several data centers on the globe. For example, Microsoft has more than 50, recently 58 data centers across the globe. Microsoft Azure. But all these 58 data centers acts like a single cloud for you and me. Logically, it is portal.azure.com. That's it. If you log in, you can select you want to go to Western US, you want to go to Japan, you want to go to Southeast Asia, you want to go to South India. We have Western India. I'll show you. So all these 58 data centers, you and me can access as one logical cloud. It's a logical representation. Physically, it's a data center. Now, after understanding what is cloud, see this I've included. Sometimes, I believe this particular crowd, you are in engineering and most of your faculty members, friends, and this is, year 2020. I believe almost 100% of you, what is this cloud we are discussing. Definitely it's a cloud computing, not that particular cloud that rains. Okay. But just for the clarification and just to make you, probably this will help you to convince someone else tomorrow at your family, kids or grandparents. Oh, this is not that cloud. This is about computation. Then the question is why? Why do we need this cloud? This was not there before 90s, before 2000, not much. So then why this cloud came? What are the benefits? Why actually we need this? And whatever you use from cloud, if you're using from cloud, we call it as cloud service. One second.
Sir, is there any problem? All
No,
the
ma'am.
party?
No,
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 no, no, no.
no,
That
no.
was just a,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not ex my
Please
daughter.
do not share your screen, all the participants.
Yeah,
Only, oh yeah.
I'm done. Now I don't get that disturbance also. I know
Okay.
what is that. Okay, fine. Yeah, excuse me for
Okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. So, ready? We'll go. Yeah. Now, we were here. Hope I'm audible now. I think I have unmuted myself. Right, Sonali ma'am?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Thanks. I'm really sorry for that, disturbance. Yeah. Okay. So we have seen, the logical representation. It's a data center on the ground physically. Now we are focusing on why we need this. So can't we run our business? Can't we run our IT without the clouds? And why this is so popular? Everyone is going for cloud. Everywhere cloud. You ask any software developer, you go to any company when you join, you ask your seniors, your family members who are working in IT. So 90% of the projects today are getting migrated to cloud or already migrated. Now, this cloud that you use is typically a service. We use this term service. Anything that you're availing from that cloud, okay, that logical cloud, we call it as a service. You and me are availing a service. So, whatever benefits are there for service, the same benefits you'll get for cloud service. We need to understand this term called service. So, let's try to figure out what are the advantages or benefits of using a service. Okay, I'm going to take you to benefits of using a service. Once you understand this, I'll say cloud is nothing but a service. And a lot of services in your real life, like electricity. I don't know whether you agree with me or not. Electricity is a service. Some people says government, okay, we have electricity service, state government provides this service. See, I'll tell you one definition. Service is something you hire, you rent, you don't buy, you don't own it. You're not the owner of it. You don't buy it, basically. You hire it and you pay as you use. Clear? You hire it, you pay as you use. Just the same thing with electricity. You don't have a electric grid with you. You don't have electric generation plant with you. You don't own it. You hire it per month, 1200 units, 2000 rupees. You pay as you use. That's a service. Another popular service, Uber, Ola, lot many car rentals, food courts, food restaurants, not food delivery, foods. Like you go and buy food. And in fact, we have food delivery also as a service now, Zomato and other guys. So these are the services. Now, what are the advantages of services? Can I expect answer from one or two? Probably I'll put this to faculty members who are here. You might be knowing also, but just to hear to make it interactive, someone speaks, I wish. Let's see how it goes. What are the benefits of using any of these service? Let's take car rental, very popular. I'll try now. If it works, I'll repeatedly ask you. Otherwise, we'll see this. I would like to hear from one of you. What are the benefits of using car on a rent over owning it, over buying it? You can type, or should I switch to chat window?
Anybody wants to give answer?
Yeah.
Money saving.
You are not maintaining the car.
Oh, perfect.
Maintenance
Yeah.
is not required.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect answer. Like, who's that person? Money.
Rent a shower car.
Savarkar, yeah, sorry. So out of 150, I can't recognize and remember also. Sorry for that. And this is going to take some time also. Now I understood I may not continue asking like this, but see the many out of 150, definitely 100 and 120 people, and he has mentioned exactly the primary reason of service. No maintenance. That is the major selling point of going for services. You don't have to clean, you don't have to fill the fuel tank, you don't have to repair it. You need a car, just open the mobile, book it, you'll get in 15-20 minutes. You just feel like it's your car and you have a driver as well. Okay, and the moment you get out of the car after 30 minutes, you pay only for that 30 minutes 200, 500 rupees. You will not pay any extra rupee for that. That's the biggest advantage of any service. That's a first answer, actually. No maintenance. Now I think this virtual, it's not going to work. I'm asking you and all. You just imagine the next answer. Okay, cost effective, because you pay as you use. You wanted to use one luxury car on one of the very important day in your life. Okay, you don't have to buy by spending 20 lakhs or 50 lakhs. You can even hire that also probably by paying, if not 2000, maybe 15,000, those luxury cars you will get. So it's pay as you use and readily available. Even if you're super rich, you have cash in full bag and you want a car, you have 70 lakhs in your bag, you want a car. First, you have to take auto to go to showroom. Then you have to deposit the money. Then they'll put nameplate. Then next day it will come. Okay. But imagine about services. You just open mobile app. You say Ola, auto will be behind you or car. So readily available. These are the major selling points of any service in real life. So why can't we adopt this to IT, the information technology? This has been adopted much before clouds. Okay, around the 19th, in the beginning of 90s, it is adopted called as service orientation. The cloud evolved using that principle. They started providing every software component as a service. Every software component, every IT component, in fact, as a service. Now we have this, Office 365 as a service. Databases we have on the cloud. Like if at all you want to use Microsoft SQL Server, it will cost you roughly 1,50,000 depending on the edition. But you want to use this SQL Server to conduct your workshop examination for 1 week for 25 participants. It will cost 1,50,000. You want to use this for 1 week, 25 people. So 1 week is 5 days working days into 25. 125 into $2, $250 you can pay, or maybe or approximately. You don't have to pay that much amount. So you pay as you use. Office 365 also, I believe even colleges might have adapted. I'm not sure. Recently, I've not checked, but all organizations are using now Office 365 over the cloud, and we'll pay Microsoft based on number of users and number of months. We don't buy Office DVDs and CDs in bulk anymore now. So we have 500 users, per user $1 1 month. Like that we'll pay. If one employee resigns, that $1 remains to us. We are going to pay as you use. And now we are getting virtual machines as well. The whole computer. Here only the software component, the MS Office, the Excel sheet and PPT. Here a data, this is just an example. This is one example out of hundreds of softwares. So one example, database SQL Server or Oracle. You don't have to buy. You can hire Oracle for 1 or 2 weeks. So you don't spend too much money. And you don't have computer at all with 8 GB RAM and whatever gigahertz of processing speed you want it. You don't have to go to market and buy. Open your mini tab or a normal laptop, very good internet. Go to Chrome, open www.portal.azure.com, register, subscribe, login, pay using credit card. You'll get the VM link. Launch, you have computer in front of you in half an hour. Approximately takes 30 minutes for a VM to provision. So these are the software services are available in the cloud, and that's why we are going for cloud. Again, as one of your friends told, friends, okay, no maintenance. You don't have to maintain the database. Right click, restart, database not working, network error, hard disk full. You don't have to replace the hard disk. Power failure. You don't have to switch on the inverter, backup, UPS. So all these headaches are not there, and you pay as you use. And available. A VM is available in 30 minutes right now. If you have 500 rupees in India for 1 day, you have VM in 30 minutes. You go to market, you will not get less than 15 to 20,000.
Sorry, sir,
Yeah,
to
Sonali.
disturb you,
Yeah,
but
please.
we are not able to see your PPT. Few of them are able to see, but few of them not.
Then that should not be the problem because I am sharing. See, screen is still visible to others. So click to cancel. Resume your presentation. Why this is coming? Yeah. Okay. Few of them are able to see. Is it, ma'am?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Even I am
Maybe.
able to see, but
Uh,
few of them not.
maybe I
Yeah,
even I didn't expect I should not get that resume right if it is.
yeah,
Can you ask them to check it now?
yeah, yeah. Visible, sir.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thanks. Maybe network glitch. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It may be network issue.
it happens. We are
Yeah,
in virtual
yeah,
world now.
yeah. There is a
Real
limitation.
learning. Yeah, tools. Yeah, fine.
Uh,
Okay. So these are the advantages. If tomorrow if someone asks you, okay, why are you going for clouds in IT? Why can't you bring your own box and put it in server room? You tell them, as your friend told, no maintenance, boss. You don't have to install. You don't have to take care about power supply. You just pay it per day, 250 rupees, 500 rupees per user. That's it. Evening 6 o'clock, you shut down. They don't charge you. They'll charge you only if you are using 9 to 6. Overnight also they'll not charge you. Okay, so these are the advantages of using services on the cloud. There are three broad categories: softwares, tools and platforms like databases and IDEs, that coding tools, and the whole computer itself. That's called machine VM. There are three categories. We'll get to know more about this in the coming slides. The same advantages. That is, real Wi-Fi started so that in case if you never experienced any IT on the cloud, definitely there's no one in India today who has not experienced food service. We are going to hotel from 1970s and buying food and eating. And car rentals, of course, everyone knows now. Correct. Now, who are providing this? Who are those cloud leaders in the market? Who are those cloud vendors? Yeah, one is obviously today's presentation, that is Microsoft Azure. Microsoft is one of the leading vendors of the cloud. The cloud name from Microsoft is Azure. Okay, Azure. This is basically the name of a color. This particular blue color is known as Azure, the sky color in the evening, bright evening maybe. Okay.
Amazon.
Next is Amazon. Very good. Next is Amazon. Okay. So Amazon. I was trying to tell you what is this
I
Azure.
think Google Cloud also.
Oh, good. Next is Google Cloud. Whatever you say, it's coming there. Next. So SFDC, Salesforce. Okay. IBM has Bluemix. This is called Bluemix. Oracle has its own cloud, though they are not open to individuals, but they have their own enterprise cloud. They'll set up for companies. There's another Rackspace, typically based on open source. Open source universities and academic institutes typically they prefer it. Except this Rackspace, all others are actually proprietary. You have to pay for them. Okay, SAP, that basic CRM and ERP package provider. So these are the top. There are another 70, 80, maybe 100 also if you go to the list. Okay, these are the popular cloud vendors. Out of these three are almost into all areas of cloud: Microsoft, Amazon, and GCP. Okay, GCP is a little less informed with, but these two, and the actual market share, Amazon has more than Azure. But Microsoft is actually growing now. It is growing much faster than Amazon. The growth rate of Azure is much faster, but Amazon is somewhere much ahead. The advantage is they started first before Microsoft. Okay, so even this guy Salesforce is doing good in terms of software as a services. Anyway, our focus is not getting into too many details of other vendors. So let's zoom into this particular Microsoft Azure. Now, why only this? We have Amazon, we have Google, very famous company. We have Salesforce, IBM, one of the oldest company, Oracle, very popular, SAP. Without this, I don't think any company is giving salaries and payrolls. 90% of the companies, even Microsoft uses this. In spite of having clouds from so many popular vendors, why you and me should prefer Microsoft Azure? See, I'm not telling you this just for the sake of webinar. You will get this question tomorrow if you go to some project and you say, hey guys, let's use Azure. Then they'll say, why? No, I attended a webinar. That's not sufficient. You should have reasons why we should prefer this. Definitely, I am not reducing the rating of any other clouds. Every cloud has its own advantages kind of thing. But when you want to go for this, you should know some unique qualities of this particular cloud when provision a cloud service. One is Azure over the others. It is more cost effective and cheaper. Debatable. I don't want to get into debate now, but there are some proven documents and Microsoft websites also claims. For example, I don't want to take names. Some storage services in some other cloud provider is much coster than Azure cloud provider storage. Something like Drive, we have Google Drive and OneDrive, right? These kind of storage services you want to take in Azure, it is definitely lesser than the other leading cloud providers. Faster provision of platforms and tools, relatively faster because they have more number of data centers. I can say this actually. Azure has more number of data centers. Now it is 58. And Azure has the integration of DevOps. So the people who have any experience and exposure to any project development recently might have heard about DevOps, definitely from faculty group and few senior college folks like third year, fourth year. I'm not very sure out of your general knowledge, even if you heard in the first year as well. DevOps is a concept used in IT development where dev team and operations team sits together and they collaborate. So people used many different tools in the past, like Jenkins, Team Foundation server, GitHub. So these kind of tools people used in the past to perform DevOps. Now such features are integrated in the Azure. So when I say integrated, it's much faster. Let's say it's just like going to a mall. If you go to a mall, you can watch a movie, you can buy t-shirt, you can buy groceries, you can buy ice cream, everything in the same floor. If that is not there, you have to go here and there some. So it is integrated, means like you have easier access. That's the point I would like to say. And it has a better security, again relatively. And one fact to prove that Azure has a better security is Azure is the first cloud provision that got approval from European Union Data Protection Authority. Okay, so typically you might have heard in the newspaper also, this European Union will have very strict, the most strictest rules in data privacy, data protection policies. You check in the internet later. Entire globe, compared to United States also, compared to Russia also, compared to Japan also. Okay, any other company, European Union have very stringent, very strict data protection laws. If your software is approved by them, typically all other countries will accept it. Typically, yeah, the first company to get approval, that is more strict rules. And it is spread across the globe, right from the top right corner of the Japan to the western nearest Alaska to southeast Malaysia, okay, to the top Moscow. So it is spread across. In India also we have 3 data centers. I'll show you. So these are highlights. Again, you can't sell really. So the company should have an alignment. If the company where you're working, okay, or institute, if they're already using Microsoft products like Visual Studio, .NET applications, Microsoft web servers, Microsoft business servers, Microsoft messaging servers, Microsoft database servers, for them it is just one click to move to Azure. Now you want to move to AWS, your .NET application, there are extra steps. Step 1, do this. Step 3, convert. Step 3, put it, like that. So that is also another advantage, coming from the same family, Microsoft family, Azure. And if you have any other component from Microsoft, you prefer go to Azure. This is about why Azure. Okay, yeah. Hope this phase is okay, right? Am I going too fast or too slow? Any comment on that? Is it okay? Fine, right?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah. The next subtopic is service models. We have seen what is cloud, why cloud, what are the various clouds. The Azure is one among them. We have seen the other parties and most of your friends knows their names. Then we also seen why Microsoft Azure over the other guys. The few identified advantages. That's debatable, but of course, when someone asks you to go and sell this particular soap, so you have to know some features of that soap over the other soaps. Okay, definitely. So like in that sense, we discussed about that. Now, the moment you decided a cloud, Azure or AWS, and this diagram is common for any cloud. This diagram, the service models, is common to any cloud, irrespective of the vendor, Microsoft or IBM or Salesforce, whoever it is. Any cloud, they'll have their services in 3 categories. 3 categories you can see on the right hand side. 3 categories. These 3. 1, 2, 3. Not this. Because this is on premise. On premise means in your campus, in your office building premises, on premise. Okay. So if you set up your own network, okay, LAN cables, storage area network, you have your own hard disk, you have your own servers, mail servers, email servers, FTP servers, and you might have done some virtualization using VMwares. We used to do before 2000 also. And you have your own operating system, some kind of brokering middleware application services, its own runtime like JRE, .NET. You have your databases, applications like college application maintenance. So if you set up everything in your campus, that's called on-premise. This is not at all a cloud. The moment you go to cloud, you share certain responsibility between you and the cloud vendor. You give up certain responsibilities to cloud vendor. You go to a vendor and that person manages for you. So you are free out of that. So you can focus on innovation, your personal life, okay, knowledge building, some other activities you can do when you give this to vendor, because it is easy also, it is cheaper also giving to vendor than you doing. Now the offerings are IaaS. I is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. These are the 3 categories of services available in any cloud. We have seen Office 365 that comes under SaaS. We have seen a database in the previous diagram that comes under the PaaS. We have seen VM that comes under infra. Now, closely observe this. The red color is the responsibility of the vendor. The blue is you. Okay. You have your own application for college maintenance website. You have your own Oracle database, or you have MySQL. You have your own JRE, and you have your own services like Corbar, EJB, some kind of middleware. You have your own Windows purchased, licensed Windows 2012 or 3. But you don't want to run these softwares in your campus because you are facing a lot of power outages, maintenance, hard disk crash. Okay, you need a terabytes of data because of webinars and video logs. You would like to take the hardware from the vendor. Yes, you can do that. So this hardware, if you take a VM, only servers, you can say, I want 3 terabytes hard disk. Can you give? They'll give. I want 16 petabytes. They'll give. I want 6 processors. I want 64 GB RAM. They'll give. And you can push your OS there, or you can access that from your OS. Such things you can do. So where you're getting only typically infrastructure, not any software components. Now the next level, you can also take the middleware operating system also from them. You know, in your browser, you can launch operating system. www.portal.azure.com. You will see a computer icon, click. It will launch as if you're taking a remote. In your browser, another computer gets loaded. That means OS is coming from a data center in Malaysia, data center in Mexico. It comes in your browser. You can take. You can take databases like MySQL, SQL Server, SAP on the cloud. Only your own personal data, you may have it in your computer. So apart from infra in the past, you also take some software components, some kind of platforms, especially platforms. We should not use app. There's difference between app and platform. App is what end user interacts. Platform is something where the app runs on top of it. Example, JRE, .NET framework. Okay, best example is database, guys. Database, SQL Server. Okay, you can take that as a middleware, that as a storage. That SQL Server is called a platform. You don't have to install SQL Server. You can take from the cloud and use only website. Now you give everything to the cloud provider. This is the easiest job. You sit in Mumbai, Bengaluru, Delhi. You sit in apartment or kind of your room, have good internet speed, a very good laptop with good screen size. You have credit card balance. You can start a company. You will get literally everything on the cloud, right from your office, websites, chatting, customer support, whatever you want, it's available in the cloud now. All types of apps, data, everything they manage. And whenever you don't want, you can just uncheck it and you pay as you use. This is the biggest advantage.
We all call it side Microsoft Azure. Azure is the name in all
Yeah.
college.
Okay.
Participant, please mute your mic.
Yeah. So fine. The diagram looks very big, but we don't have to go to each and every block like a university question paper kind of thing. So the idea is to understand these 3 categories. You will get only infra, you will get platforms also, you will get software also. When you're trying to use their own software, you can't say that I don't want to use your hardware, okay? Because you are using from there actually via internet. If you use SaaS, you are using all other components. If you use PaaS, you are using hardware also. And it's possible to use only hardware and everything else you set up in your campus. Okay. Here use OS also from them, but you create applications and put on the OS in the cloud. Here everything from there, you just have a browser. These are the 3 popular models of any cloud, not only Azure. This is common to any cloud: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. It's called cloud Azure service models or service offerings. Now, how they are deployed? That's okay. This is a logical representation. But how do they sit? How do they are deployed in the data centers? Okay, there are few popular. Okay, there are types. Okay, public clouds, private clouds, hybrid, and community. Public means a vendor like Microsoft opens a data center in Chennai. Okay, portal.azure.com. You never type Chennai there. Okay, when you ask from surroundings areas of Chennai or in the drop down it comes. Okay, I'll show you. In the drop down you can select India South. Not even city name. You have to say India South means Chennai, India West means Mumbai, India Center means Pune. They have a data center in Pune also. That's called India Center. Okay, Central. Okay, 3 data centers are there for Azure in India: Chennai, Mumbai, and Pune. 2 of them are in your state from where most of you are attending now. Okay, so Western is Mumbai, Central is Pune. Maybe they didn't get permission in Madhya Pradesh. I'm not sure. Okay. Southern is Chennai. It won't show the city name. It will show the region name. Yeah. So public means they'll open a data center. Anyone who logs in can access. They can put their services there. They can access their services there. You can't say that, if I am there, my competitor, that ABC greeting should not come into the cloud. You don't have that control. Okay. You will get your own data privacy, but multiple people will access the same cloud. That is public. Just like a public mall, public garden. You can't stop others. Okay. But you have your own privacy. Okay. Private, it is exclusively for you. It's like a garden inside your campus. The tourist who comes to that area, Navi Mumbai, Gansoli, they cannot enter inside your gate considering that this is a nice garden because it's a private. It's exclusively set up. So what these cloud vendors will do, if you have an area, if you have a physical area, they will come to your campus and they'll set up. Otherwise, they'll set up an exclusive private data center within their areas, and physically they protect with a wall and a gate and a personal security, and they'll give access to your organization and the private cloud. Okay, many companies are using private clouds also, especially government agencies like NASA and other federal government agencies in US. Typically, they use private clouds. Now, hybrid is typically used by IT organizations. The current organization, my previous organizations. So we use hybrid. We have our own campus, okay, privately set up. This is actually custom made cloud. It's not even from Microsoft. Our IT people in our company, they create a cloud setup. You have all the cloud spec in the internet. There are open clouds also. So by looking at that, you can set up a cloud and you have your databases, the banking, the insurance, the financial services on your building in your Hyderabad, in your Mumbai, in your office campus, your customer care portal, the call center, the website, and other products, online shopping. Those things are available on the Microsoft Data Center. Several hundreds of thousands of people will hit customer care center, online shopping. You don't have any load. But the actual data, the secret confidential data, you have it here. Likewise, many people are managing their banking and financial institutes in a hybrid setup. Few things they'll buy, they integrate with your own private setup. Now, community is as of now used in a experimental, some business it's less, business it is rare. Community is used for a kind of international experiments, something like space experiment, that large hadron collider experiment, some kind of, they may set up for COVID also, I'm not sure, where multiple organizations like Microsoft, Azure, IBM, Rackspace, any other even startups also, they'll come together and they will contribute, or typically they donate their own infra and they'll set up for a purpose, okay. So most of the services are completely free. Okay, it's like that. So majorly we use these three categories in the business. Okay, now hope that is clear. These are the deployment models, the categories of the how you deploy it. Now the data centers, as I mentioned some time back, Microsoft has 58 regions they have data centers, 58 regions. And to the extreme left corner in the west US to west central west US, and extreme right corner you see Japan, also you have Japan East. Okay, so and India we have three: South India, Central India, West India. This is UAE. Okay, so for three. Okay, three. This is in Chennai city near the shores. Pune, I'm not sure exactly where it is. In Mumbai also somewhere. Okay. Typically, data centers they'll set up in a area where you have access to plenty of water, even preferable if it is ocean also fine, and they'll set up in a forest area where you have a lot of greenery because of this emission. Yep, the people, the faculty members, those who study electronics, how much things it will emit, the carbon, the data centers and the processors. Imagine thousands of processors running in a 2 kilometer space. So terrible, it's going to emit. So to protect that, to cool it, to cooling system, they prefer these kind of corners. Yeah. Oh, there's a South Africa also one. There's only one here like this. And there are certain government also secret regions which are not listed here. Those secret regions are known only to the federal government and the secret agencies. Okay. And those who have
Sir,
not seen, yeah, please.
sorry to interrupt you. I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
some participant can't see your PPT.
That's definitely a technical glitch. Now let
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
because second time we are facing, you see again saying resuming. So looks like due to network issues, some people are getting disconnected. No problem. Please report to me time to time. I'll share.
Yeah, yeah,
If
sure,
no
sure,
one
sir.
is able to see, there may be problem from my end
Yeah,
also, not just my
yeah,
laptop, from my network. If some of you are able to see, others are not able to see, high chances their network bandwidth may be very low, maybe using mobile hotspots possibilities. Such things used to happen. Fine.
yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you. I'm
okay,
presenting.
okay.
Now, are they able to see now? Can you ask them to reconfirm, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, sir. Is it visible? It is
Yeah.
visible.
Thank you. Now, we are getting into the data center. We are zooming into a data center. I've included this. I thought it's a good idea. Now, there are actually a couple of videos, but in one of my internal webinar in my organization last week, I played a video over the browser. They could not get anything. Okay, then I realized that's a bad idea. Then I took snaps and I kept it here. So I'm going to show you how data center looks. The cloud looks like a cloud on the sky, that logical representation. But when you hit a cloud, your request actually hits in these buildings. Consider, I'm not sure from where it is. Consider this is one data center in South India. Typically, this is also in a greenery area, and you might have some river or ocean. Okay, we are zooming into this. It has very hi-fi security zones with cameras, CC camera, and automatic kind of it will stop spikes and all that you'll see in James Bond 00 movie. Look at that kind of security settings will be there, and even physical security. Okay, including the thumb, eye impression, who the person is going, the person's background verification for the next 2-3 generations. All these things they'll do. Those who are working in data centers. And when you enter inside, typically every floor, every room is filled with racks. This particular thing, you can have 200, 300 VMs. This is not one VM. Okay, it's difficult to believe this is not one VM. The design is such that you can have at least 20, 30 VMs also in this, in a rack. It's a major rack, but in this box also. Because I got a chance to visit one of the private client in my ex organization. Okay, I've seen such rooms. I walked in these corridors. So this is how it looks. A typical wiring and all. And guess this is a cooling system. The air circulation, the cooling, the air cooling, liquid cooling. So this is the biggest challenge in the cloud, friends. Tomorrow, if you want to do a research paper also, those who are interested, instead of doing an app development, service models, you please pick this, power consumption in data centers. That's the biggest research now. How to reduce, how to minimize the carbon emission, how to reduce that power, that emission, how to make it cooling systems, how to cool data center kind of thing. So these are some kind of compression techniques. This is called liquid technique. They pass some kind of liquid in much low degrees. These kind of cooling systems. And anyone heard about this prior to this image? Anyone heard this data center of Microsoft in the news somewhere? Yeah, that maybe no. If you heard, definitely you could have told. Maybe yeah.
No, sir.
Imagine. See, where is the data center? It's in the ocean, not on the ground. Any reason why it has set up in the ocean? Continuous water
For
supply.
better cooling?
Cooling. Yeah, cooling. Continuous water supply. It can even submerge. It can even submerge. Only for demo purpose, maybe during the launch they took this pic. It can submerge in the water. So the temperatures are much low. So much low maintenance. This is one technical challenge. It's a huge project they developed. It came in news everywhere. It's there in European Union, Northern Isles. Okay. They've set up recently, 2 years back, I think. Okay. This is one of the data centers. That's the only one that is set up in the sea. Rest and all seashores, nearby forest areas like that. Nothing in the metro cities. Yeah, that's difficult to manage. Now, the last part in the overview.
So one question is there. What
Yes,
is the
please.
location?
Yeah, which location, ma'am?
Yeah,
What is the location of
of this data center.
this particular data center, right?
Yeah, yes,
This
sir.
is in Northern Isles in European Union. I've kept it here.
Okay. Thank you,
That
sir.
I'm not sure where to figure out. I'm not that familiar here. If we get that, here somewhere. Okay, I'm not sure. You can just Google it for the exact map. Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
sir.
it's in the European Union. There, the cold areas. Okay, even Indian Asia, Indian Ocean and all. I'm not sure because of our temperatures. No. Now, having said that, the last part in the overview, we're almost concluding the first 45 minutes. Okay, started 3 to 5 minutes late. Okay, it may go up to 110 max. Fine. So, security. This is the biggest concern. Imagine if you are in front of me. Out of how many people are there, ma'am, now on the call? Can someone help me? How many people are there?
Near about 104, sir.
104. That's a great. It's a huge.
Oh,
Normal study
yeah,
room is not sufficient. It should be a conference hall or auditorium. Okay.
yeah,
So
yes.
I imagine that you are in front of me. Definitely
Mm.
more than 30% of you could have asked me before I complete where is the security. Because the problem is it is not with you, right? You're keeping your data, you're keeping your servers, you're keeping your apps, everything somewhere, and you are peacefully. How can you sleep? And are you not getting doubt? Can someone steal your data? Can someone misuse your data? So definitely because of political reasons also, we don't agree if you put it in some other country, neighboring country, we don't want that. We don't trust this country, we don't trust that data center. If it is from X company in the Western, we believe. If it is neighboring country in the East side, we don't trust. So these kind of suspicious doubts we get. But how to get security in these situations when you don't have with you? See, if you have your data in your own room, you put it in an almirah, you lock it, you sit in front of it, you put a CC camera, you are relaxed. Every 5 minutes you can check CC camera. But your entire data, your personal data, including your bank balance and your preferences and your lifestyle and your family, your healthcare, the person's individual patient's disease, which is very, very, very sensitive. Such data also these days are there in the cloud. But where is the trust? Okay. To establish trust, every cloud vendor follows a concept of compliance, security compliance. For example, how your college will get a compliance, how people will trust your college. Can I get one example? How do you make someone trust your college? You have to convince someone that this is really good college, Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering. But you have to make that person trust. How? One example here I would like to hear.
Some
Anyone?
some students are saying
Hmm.
counseling, quality, good
Counseling. Okay.
service,
Okay. Counseling means you have to convince him only. This is good. This is good. What else? Apart from counseling, other options?
quality, good service,
Good service. Okay. Again, he don't agree. You are trying to convince me. Just an example. Okay. I know about this college really. Okay. You're trying to.
Better placement,
Okay. Placement is one factor. You will show the data of the placements. This many people got placed. What else? I'm looking
result,
result. Okay.
result.
Still, I'm not getting the expected answer. You'll realize why I'm expecting that answer. Go on.
AICT approved,
Perfect. Perfect. Who is this person? May I know this person name?
Anant Gadekar.
Anand Gadeka. Perfect answer. Okay. Definitely. Guys, this placement and all sometimes work. Sometimes if company don't want to take, they don't take. But what is the official approving authority? Some top X company in India taking 2000 people is also not a accreditation. That's attractive advertisement. Okay, that's true. But that may not sustain. That's not a formal body. The accreditation show the grade, NBA accredited, UGC, AICTE. These are the complaints bodies. Okay, and they are independent parties. Large organizations will not do. But what if there is a normal startup somewhere in Mumbai, and that person owner is cousin of college owner? They can have understanding and they can have placement for 3 years, and they can get admissions for next 10 years, and then it may go down. So but the government cannot cheat. That's what we believe. Yeah, it's a democracy, right? Yeah, government cannot cheat, and these are government agencies. Okay, that's a complaints, and this is the list. Azure is being certified by more than, I don't know, I've not counted, 70, 80 across India, across the countries, global, international, country wise, US, other regions. In India also you can figure out Here is one. Here is one. Complaints. They follow. Just like AICT approval, how your college got it. Microsoft Azure got approval from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It got approval from RBI. And what is that? Insurance Regulatory Authority. Okay. These are the compliances within India, just to make you connect. I'm highlighting India cases. Otherwise, this is very famous, criminal justice identification system. This considers this uses, this is CIA, okay, intelligence agency uses. Okay. Likewise, we have, many other third party. Cloud Security Alliance, it's a third party. These guys will give star certifications to other AWS and other vendors also, CSA. So likewise, we have, so this is the trust. Definitely, if someone is saying no, I don't trust the CSA, I don't trust WHO today. WHO is releasing some reports, and you say you don't trust, you are something alien, or you are just one among those less than 0.001% of the people who are just not agreeing. So these are the complaints authorities which we assume that don't compromise. They're independent bodies, guys, and this is the Azure certification list. So you can definitely trust, and more than that. What about Microsoft? I did not put it here. So don't we trust Microsoft? Microsoft is there much before you and me has born. Okay. So most of us, at least 90% of us, and especially the student section, Microsoft was there. The first visual Windows itself is in some 85. Even much before that, they had DOS operating system, and it's there across the globe. Every college, every school, everywhere. I don't think there's a country or a state which is not using Microsoft product today. So that itself is a brand. That itself is a trust. On top of it, these are the international independent bodies which certified Azure. We can show this to anyone who hesitates to use Azure. Now comes what is in it for you and me. So far, it's only just understanding Azure, this, that, newspaper reading, general knowledge. Now, what should I do? What is in it for me? This is you, not for me as Srinivas. This is for you, and especially for students. For that, you should know who are you. Okay. Are you a learner, student? Do you want to become a marketing executive? Do you want to become a business manager who makes the decisions? Do you want to become a coder, developer? Do you want to become an architect? I kept a little bit icon that conveys architect. And you are that consultant who has a lot of ideas, book. So this is your path. Right now, I'm addressing student community here, not the faculty for this particular slide. You are a student, you are a learner. You want to become a marketing executive in the cloud. You want to become a business manager in the cloud. It is okay. Whatever we discussed so far, that is sufficient. You can still start reading newspapers and magazines, IT magazines, enough. You don't have to get into development. But you want to become a coder, this is not sufficient. You have to get into hands-on, log in, create, deploy, test. You have to do that. And you want to become architect. You'll become architect only if you have some experience of coding. Then after several years, you'll become architect. You'll understand what is better, what is not. And you'll become consultant when you're an expert. When they're in trouble, we'll consult. They will help you how to solve it. So we are going in this path now. If at all someone is going in this path, so here you can stop, conclude now. You can just start reading Azure news. You can subscribe and hear what is good, who is on top, who is in second position, enough. But you want to become a coder or architect, a consultant, you have to get into more details. So what are those? The first thing is you should get a subscription. One important thing is you cannot buy Azure. You can buy operating system. You can buy MS Office also today. You can buy SQL Server also. But cloud is something which you cannot buy. Otherwise, you have to ask them to set up a private cloud, which is a very expensive, very large organizations only will do. That is also actually you're not buying. They are coming and setting up for you. So almost it's concluded you can't buy this cloud, any cloud. So you need to subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to share this entire PPT content. Okay, post this webinar session, you will get all these links and all. You need to click here. You'll get a free account for 12 months. Microsoft used to give student pass also. Sometimes promotionally they give. It was there last year. You just check in Google once again. Okay, so you type student pass. If you get that, it just continuously they'll give free for you 2-3 months also they used to give. So, but anyone, the CEO of a company also can get this 12 months free. 12 months free just to explore and create basic services. You can click here and subscribe, and please be aware, it will ask for credit card details. It will deduct 2 rupees or 5 rupees, and I think it will reverse also. It may not do. Don't worry about 5 rupees if you want to really get hands on, but be careful before you take this decision because it involves financial. If you don't uncheck also, I'm not sure if it subscribes, extends and all, just like Amazon and Netflix stuff. Okay, so that you take care. Otherwise, just go through the video learning tutorials. If you're curious and you want to start to do a project, probably you can do it. Okay, nothing will stop you. Everything is transparent. So last day you can unsubscribe, you can log out, so on so. It's a 12 months, okay, not just 1 month, 12 months free. Okay, just explore that. Now I'll show you. I have this portal access. I'll show you what will there. So to get subscription, you have to go here azure.microsoft.com, and to start working with Azure, you have to use portal.azure.com always. You have to use portal.azure.com. I'll log in here. This is up to 1, right? Yeah, we should conclude this by 12:30. Then we have half an hour. Yeah, 12:15 I planned, but initially it will take some time. Friends, I logged into Azure portal. Oh, this is my company ID. Let me change it because this is my outside activity, external activity. I should use my personal thing. I have 2 subscriptions to Azure, one company provided, the other one is personal in my capacity. Actually, I'll get this personal subscription for free of cost. You remember your faculty member was reading about my credits that I'm certified MCSD, MCPD. Based on that, Microsoft gives every year, every month, worth 8,000 to 10,000 subscription for me. This I'm getting from 2015 onwards. Anyway, that's just a point. Yeah, you may not have so much money that you'll see in my account. Mine is certification based account where I have right now 5,000 remaining. Free will have just 500 or 600. They'll keep. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can I get a confirmation because I switched from PPT to
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, it
Yes,
is
sir.
visible.
Thanks, ma'am.
Shubham, please mute your mic.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, sir, you can continue. Sorry to interrupt.
No, no issues. Thanks, ma'am. So this is how you log in. Very first time I didn't show you. Yeah, you saw that, right? It will ask you to log in. Enter your Microsoft account ID. You need to create a Microsoft ID. You can do that using your Gmail also, and choose some password, different password from Gmail. You can log in here. Now see, I have a lot of these are the different services. A very brief idea. So see, Azure is a huge thing. Even if you want to understand basics, minimum 3 days, every day 5 hours training is required if you want to really start working on Azure. But this will create awareness and the interest and the path ahead. Oh, I can do this. You'll be able to take a decision. So we have VMs, we have websites, we have storage, we have databases, Cosmos DB for NoSQL, non-relational, we have Kubernetes, that is container concept. I'm not sure if you're not heard, okay? Networks, monitoring the performance, security, so much more, several, thousands of hundreds of services are there. Now what I did here, I deployed one website here in the app service. I created one website and I hosted in the Azure. I will share that link. You all can access it. Okay. Let me go back to my presentation. Okay. I did that demo portal thing I showed you. Now with this, we conclude the first 50% of the topic approximately 10-15 minutes lag is there, but anyway, we can cover up in the next 2 topics. This is the major actually. If someone asked me to give cloud overview for 1 hour, I could have ended here. Because here I agreed between Sonali ma'am and myself when we interacted with other faculty members. So I agreed for 90 minutes we'll have it's good. So I added 2 more developer oriented. And these 2 topics will help for the students who are planning to work on projects, 3rd year projects, mini projects, final year projects also you can select. And Azure you can do it using free account. So when you get this idea about app development and deployment and insights, little advanced monitoring thing, I'll show you briefly. So, Sonali ma'am, is it okay if we take up to 110 as initially we started 5 minutes late, or should we conclude?
Doesn't matter, sir. Doesn't matter. We can take up to 115, 121.
Perfect,
It's
perfect. Max
yeah,
10 minutes, 15 minutes. It
yeah,
may
yeah.
go
It's
so that
okay. Okay.
I'll go in a regular mode. Perfect.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So app development. What I did. So you need to develop an app first. Before deployment, you need to develop an app. Everyone knows the meaning of English develop and deploy. Develop is you create, deploy is you put it to run. You put somewhere, it starts running, executing. So you need to develop an app. And when very, very important disclaimer, Microsoft Azure is not only for Microsoft technologies like .NET. Microsoft Azure works for any technology in the world, you name it. It works. Anything. Open source, Python, PHP, even Amazon stuff, even IBM stuff, any competitor stuff. Okay. You can take and put in Azure. The same way other clouds also will accept. Okay. So by chance, if you kept 1% this kind of understanding that this is from Microsoft or this is only for Windows, this is only for .NET, you know that .NET is from Microsoft. That is not true. Azure is for everyone. Okay, so you develop an app using whatever language you want. Basically, I'm a .NET guy right from my first year of experience. It's been 16 years I'm into this .NET trainings and development and consultancy. Right, yeah. So you can select Java, you can select PHP, you can select Python. It's just a list. Any technology you choose it. You take Java in Eclipse, you create a JSP or whatever JSF, Spring stuff. PHP you write, Python you write. So you create your web app, you create any other non-web apps. Okay, you keep it ready. Once you are ready, you get the subscription. You already got the subscription if you're going by this flow. You already got the subscription. Okay, either you can create a website here and then you push it, or you can directly push it from your laptop into cloud. I'll show you that visually. I'll show you them also. So after getting the subscription, you create one app. In my case, I created one .NET app. I created one .NET app, and I named it as Mcafee. Yesterday evening, I was thinking, what name should I give? So M stands for your Mumbai or Maharashtra. You can take anything. Okay, I created one simple, very simple app for webinar purpose. It's a restaurant and a cafe which will sell some food items. Okay, I created one website using Visual Studio, using C# as the language and ASP.NET MVC as a presentation layer, the front end. Okay, and I published this particular site. Please remember, this I created in my laptop, the current laptop. Then I did right click, push. This site will go and sit in the Azure data center. I have selected South India. It will go and sit here. It is deployed. Okay, so I created in my computer Visual Studio sitting in Hyderabad, one corner in my home. After completing, right click, publish. This will go and sit here. It will ask me, who are you? Enter your username, password, select, do you have subscription? Do you have money in that or not? Then it gets deployed in few minutes and it is ready in the Azure. And you can, before I'll give you access, I'll show you how to do that. Where's that Visual Studio stuff? Now, portal is done. Launch portal is done. And okay. Visual Studio, this guy. Yeah, launch Visual Studio. Okay, so Visual Studio, definitely some of your, most of you should be knowing, just like Eclipse. This is IDE from Microsoft Integrated Development Environment, where you can do any type of .NET program. So that's not in the current scope, otherwise we'll deviate. So in my life, right from 2004, I'm using this Visual Studio. Visual Studio 2003 also I used, 2019 also I'm using. Okay, so this is a Visual Studio, and I created one basic web app, Mcafee app, which is built using MVC model view controller. Those who are familiar. Okay, I have my view pages and all, and this is my app. How to create app is not in the current scope. Okay, app I made it. You can make app in Java also, no restriction. You can put an Azure. But if you are taking this decision for the first time, you're okay with anything, I recommend to go for .NET because the integration is good. Because .NET is from Microsoft, Azure is from Microsoft. So that is easy. Yeah. So this is a website, local website. I hosted in the Azure. I'll give you. Okay, this is Mcafee and home. Mcafee, welcome to Mcafee. I'm sure Mumbai, something, whatever Marathi word I know in Google, I typed here. And we have stores here and we offer vada pav, pav bhaji stuff and all. Okay, and I just made this. I'll give you the hosted version. Okay, I'll give you the hosted version. So this is what the yellow color thing is what I did. And you can access this green stuff which is deployed. The same, logically same. This is the link. Can some of you try this? You can type it. It's not so cryptic. You can type in mobile, Chrome browser. There's no app. You have to type in the browser in the mobile. Those are using laptop or desktop. Please type this HTTPS Mcafee App 2. Sometime back I did without insights. Then I have to rename. So I use like this. And this will come Azure websites.net net. Please do access. Let me know if you're able to access. Anybody in the world from anywhere should able to access this. Ma'am, are you able to access? Anyone?
Yes, I'm trying, sir.
Okay,
Wait.
no problem. That may be network. And actually, you have to type. I didn't give the link to click. I can
Yeah,
do that. Should I put in the chat window?
yeah,
Ye-
that will be better.
Sir, it is
Yes,
accessible.
Mandar is able to access, sir.
So
Raj is also able to access.
it's not a big thing. You just type it. It's
Yeah.
not very cryptic, not too
Ha,
lengthy.
yeah, not.
Mcafee App 2. That's it. REST and standard template Azure websites.net. Yeah, few people they accessed. In the mobile also you can access
Yeah,
the
yes.
outlets. This is an inbuilt MVC template. It does bootstrapping
I'm
and all.
able to access, sir.
Perfect, perfect.
Mm.
And why I'm asking you to access, the way you access, right, ma'am, now and everyone, friends, you access, right? I can show you how many users connected, the live streaming, the live performance of the website I can show on a dashboard, like how many people at what time they connected, all those monitoring tips I can show. That's why I'm asking you to access. And you can create nothing is illegal here, unofficial. If you have a subscription, if you have a website, you can use this for business purpose also. Only thing is it will have this Azure websites. You don't want this, you have to pay for domain hosting, GoDaddy, Brave Host, those kind of thing you have to buy. Okay, this is within the portal, so it will have Azure websites. Nothing wrong, you can use it. Now we have deployed, that is deployment is done, and we have the last 35 minutes thing, 20 minutes, 110 max. Yeah. So you're able to access, and we have done with deployment also. I'm telling you once again, the intention of this 90-minute duration is not to teach you any technology, how to write a for loop in C# also I'm not expecting, what is MVC full form I'm not expecting. You take any app, not only web app, you take a service, you take API, you take a networking app, anything, you can deploy. Okay. So in Visual Studio, it is right click and publish. I didn't show you that. If at all you want to use, here publish. I'll not complete, it will take 5-6 minutes. You'll get this name and publish option. You have to click new. It will ask, create new. It will ask your details. Who are you? Srinivas Kongara Gmail. What's your resource ID? What's your plan? What do you want insights and all? When I click create, after 5 minutes, it will create with the new name 3, whatever. So the way I created, and it got published to the Azure portal. Any questions are there, ma'am, who was reading chat window? Any specific questions I can take now? Then I'll get into the last topic, or we can wait also.
Yes, sir. Some questions are there.
What we'll do, if there are multiple, we'll wait. We'll wait. Okay. I thought if one or two, I'll take it. Okay, we'll wait, ma'am. In the interest of everybody's time, so we'll let me finish this also. Then, so yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I thought for a minute, then I changed my mind. Sorry for that, because logical I'm
Yeah,
changing the
it's okay,
topic.
sir.
If I am in front of you, I wish I'll take it, but because virtual mode, I don't want to really extend too much. At least one, we'll conclude this, and then we can have questions for 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah. So good. So I thought initially I was worrying like whether we'll do on time or not, but anyway, we did. Good. So now the last topic is app insights. The planned time is 20 minutes and 10 minutes, half an hour. Let's see if we can conclude in 20-25 minutes. App insights. The keyword here is insights. So you might have word about insights. Hey, do you have any insights about the working of so and so competitor college? Someone will ask you. Hey, do you have any insider points? Do you have any updates? That is insight. Hey, do you know what's happening in that factory? So these are the insights. Okay, you'll get some data points. You'll get some data points about the behavior, the health of a particular product or a thing. Okay, so insights is nothing but monitoring such particular data points about a product or a thing. In our case, our product is website, that is Mcafee App 2.azure websites.net. That is our product. That's our thing. So I'm interested. I would like to. I'm the owner of this site. I would like to know, hey, how my site is doing. Is it accessible in Chennai? Are people from Kanyakumari able to access? Is it accessible in Australia? Some of my friends wish to order this food online, but oh, sorry, you can't deliver there. But okay, so at least let's take it in India. Okay, can you access it in different corners? Is it accessible after 11 p.m.? Okay, so like this, I want to check, is something went wrong? Has anybody page crashed? Has my web server crashed? These kind of insights you are going to get proactively as alerts. You'll get SMS, you'll get email saying that this page is down, this person is facing issues, your complete server is down, your database is crashed. So these kind of insights, you're going to get alerts so that immediately, even if you're on the go, you're driving a car, maybe you are having a tea, coffee, you'll get just like a WhatsApp message. You'll get, oh, okay, this page is down. You quickly log in, right click, restart. So your business will continue smoothly and you have a better experience and better business. If you do not have insights, you don't know how to monitor. You just launch a product, you believe, you trust this works perfect, and you launch and you close your eyes and see after 3 days. You don't know, it might have dead after 1 hour. So you should always have insights about your app, how it is doing, so that it improves and you have a better business. So why we should do this? I think I already covered partially, but I've written something. Let's see. Why we should monitor our app. Let's say take your health. Take your health. Why we should monitor our health 24/7? There are health bands now to monitor your health. And it will give you insights. What is the benefit of insights that you'll get from the health bands? You wear a health band and you just turn up your hand and see it shows you something. What benefit you'll get from those insights? Yeah, if someone typed, the person can read out. Or what benefits, or why are we wearing this health band? Yeah, why are we
Some
wearing this?
participants are saying pulse monitoring,
Perfect.
heart
Pulse
rate.
monitoring, heartbeat. So can't we live without monitoring? But this monitoring is going to help you, especially if, yeah, in general, it may happen with anyone, guys. It will help you suddenly heartbeat, and especially patients will use, those who have critical care, they use it. It is going to monitor your heartbeat, pulse, and the fat that you have burned, the amount of energy you have, how much you walked. Or it will give you some, at least you'll feel good also. Oh, today I've completed 5,000 steps. Many people do that. Hey, today I completed 2,000. They'll put in WhatsApp status also. Okay, so that will make you feel good. And certain critical care like pulse and BP and all, it will monitor, it will give you alert. There are some hi-fi bands which will send email to doctor also if you configure. Okay, BP levels, fat, step count, so on, so it gives, this is a benefit. So we are always up to date. We know how is my body. I know. Otherwise also we feel we have that kind of informal understanding, but this is more formal, on record, it says. And security surveillance, this is another example. Real life, these are real life, then I'll come to website. Health band is a real life monitoring. Security surveillance, you have a surveillance in Gateway of India, near that Taj Hotel somewhere, CC camera you take. Okay, consider maybe a border between two countries. So you'll get to know, is anyone entering inside our territory, intruders, someone damaged or gate broken, people are coming with mask, not COVID mask, that complete mask that attackers will wear. Okay, complete mask. And are they using any electronic gadgets? Are they using any weapons? These and all you can scan, and you'll get insights by sitting in a room. No, I'm not asking you to go to the border. You can sit in a room like me. You can open a laptop, you can open a tab and type that security agency. You are a agent, you are a raw agent, you are a CID agent. Okay, you type it, you'll get to see all those videos and alerts. Yeah, most of our CC cameras, I don't know if you explored this. If the person face is not visible, it can send alert. And if you put in gate, you can also configure, if the gate opens beyond 30 degrees, then it will send SMS. Such things are there in CC camera softwares. Okay, so these alerts you'll get so that your life is good. You monitor how things are happening, what you're protecting. Same thing we are applying to our software apps also. The same thing is adopted here. So for our cafe app, you can monitor the health, how it is doing, how many people are accessing it live. You can see very live. When I go to live also, I'll ask you to click and again it will show more feeds. I'll show you. Right now, don't access. I'll show you what you accessed 10 minutes back. Then you start accessing. Again, it will show you a fresh count of live streaming, how many people are using. And another interesting thing, I've covered only basically three, the top three. There are 60, 70 more than that customized things you can do in App Insights in Azure. Okay, so live streaming, I'll show you live demo. And availability of page. One very important point about availability of page is, friends, you wanted to test, you hosted a website in Mumbai. Okay, you hosted Mcafee app in Mumbai, server is in Mumbai. Now you would like to check whether this is accessible from Japan or not. How to test? In the past, people only simulated with a virtual network, virtual ping kind of thing using virtual servers. Otherwise, you have to call your office in Japan branch and share this link with that person in the chat window and ask that person to click and confirm, yes, I can access from Japan. Yes, I can also access from Moscow. I can access from Alaska. Like everyone calls you and tells you, then you'll conclude it's accessible. But now with the data centers, with the cloud, you don't have to do anything. You just go to availability test, select, I want my website to be tested from London. I want my website to be tested from New Zealand. I want my website to be tested from South Africa and Moscow. You select checkpoints, save, run. And automatically from the data centers, it is going to access a agent, a virtual link hook. It is called hook, H-O-O-K, webhook. It is going to hit your website and confirms you, yes, I'm able to access your page. If it fails due to some kind of gateway restrictions, let's say they blocked your website in a particular country, they can't access, then it will send a fail. Such things I'll show you briefly. And response time, how much time it is taking to load a page. So for example, if your transaction page, transact.aspx or MVC page, if it is taking more than 10 seconds, okay, you would like to know. Maybe the loading, it is showing all products, but this all products should come within 5 seconds. If it is taking more than 5 seconds, you as the owner or admin would like to get an SMS so that you can see what went wrong and you can refresh or you can clear temporary files or cache kind of thing. Okay, so if response time is more than a threshold, you can define a threshold. If it's more than that, you can ask to send SMS and email. These alerts, typically you'll get it. These are only top three which I prefer and easy to understand. There are lot many tens out there, 78. We published, if you remember. Now, whenever you publish app and you'd like to monitor, you have to purchase extra package for that. This is only website. Let's say website, they're charging $1 per day, rough understanding, $1 per day. Now you want your website, see, first 2 months, there's no monitoring. You're paying $1, $30, $60 for 2 months. Third month, you want monitoring. Again, $0.5 per month. You have to buy this package. Like we buy health insurance package. Here, no insurance. If you are lucky, if you are good, it's okay, life is going on. If something gone wrong, gone wrong. But this is a insurance package. But to be safe side, you want to be more secured, you want to be more safe your product, so you have to buy this extra. Okay, you buy this nominal amount, it won't be that costly as this. So nominal amount, you buy this package and attach to the website. You have to buy this and attach to this. So there are two ways. One is you have to go to the website and enable here. You need to enable here in resource groups, you'll find it. I can't show you all the terminology here, but I'll show you where it is. Resource groups created here. And this is the insights I created already. Sometime because it's already enabled, so it is appearing here. If it is not appearing, you have to go to the website. This is the website, Mcafee app. And here you'll find app insights. You'll find enable disable option. It is already enabled because I did for the first time. So you can disable if you don't want to spend too much money on these insights for a month. During COVID situation, you are stopping the website, you stop the insights also. Okay, now it is enabled. So they will charge accordingly if you enable this. Now I'll show you the live streaming of this. This is the dashboard. You need to click on application dashboard. I think I clicked, yeah. This is the Mcafee App Dashboard. So it looks super rich, richer than Atomic Power Plant console and ATCI, ATC, air traffic control console. Also, I don't think they have so many tabs. And Azure has so much powerful visual dashboard. Okay. So hope you are able to see this dashboard, friends. Can one person say yes?
Yes,
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 sir.
we are
Yes,
able
sir.
to.
Thanks, ma'am. Now
Mm.
here there's a live stream option. We're getting into the live mode now. And 10 minutes back, I think we accessed, I don't know, duration, incoming, no incoming request. Anyway, I need to change the duration. Try to access guys now.
Sir, it's not
It will
visible
start.
to us.
Okay. Some of you maybe, again, I'll do the trick of, resuming thing. My screen is not visible. Where is that thing gone completely? Okay. Okay. Others are you? Yeah, finally I got that screen. Resume, resume presenting. Yeah. Okay. Hope you're able to see now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It
thank you.
is visible.
Now see, now it started appearing also.
Yeah.
So these are the hits that people accessed, sometime back. One, two request, three, maybe it took some time. Okay. Request duration. Try to hit again. Those who accessed, not those who already accessed, try to hit again. It should show the new spike. Maybe I need, it's a live, it should be. I'm refreshing because I'm getting doubt it's not. See again, another hit is there. Somewhere it comes, you can just monitor huge, whenever that downtime, less number of people are accessing it. Google business will show the shopping mall is high in the evening and afternoon low, like that. You'll get some insights like this. This technique of collecting data from the app and pushing into dashboard is called telemetry. This technique is called telemetry. It will pull the data using remote connections and puts into dashboard. Last 5 to 10 minutes, briefly, I'll show you this availability. Okay, here I can define availability test if you have time. I'll show you existing availability test. This is checking availability. I would like to know whether this Mcafee, which I hosted in South India, is accessible from the westmost corner, that West US, and eastmost corner, Japan. I would like to test that. I got a doubt. Okay, then you can do add test under availability tab and basic information. You can select 5 locations in this package. See, West US, South Central, Japan East I prefer because East corner. You want to check in France, then 5 only takes. Australia you want to take, then remove US. So like that you keep 5 locations in this package. If you upgrade the package, you'll get more also. Okay. So now if I run this availability, this Mcafee, whatever link I shared with you, that mcafee2.azurewebsite.net will be accessed from Australia and France and North, Central and West US, and we'll get a report. You need to create it and you need to run it. Okay. It is going to ping. So once you create, it appears here, you have to go there and like a run test option will get. Okay. So in the interest of time, I'm not showing that. It will ping. We are not executed, so it's showing 0 successful. In my couple of other apps we executed, it shows how many people are not able to access, it shows failed. How many people are able to access, it shows successful. Is I'd like to cover one more thing in few minutes, that is response. See, the intention is, again, if at all you're expecting, this is not a classroom demo, or you're not getting certified as Azure, or you won't be able to do also without further reading. This is to give you pointers, what is there, why, especially why we should do this, what else is there, how can we proceed, kind of thing. I have some other tips and plans also, I'll tell you at the end. So responsiveness, you can check here, and you can create alerts here for responsiveness. Already I have one alert. You can create one more also. I created some time back to send SMS. This is alert. You can, new alert rule you can create. and you can create actions. Friends, you can't repeat these steps. Don't worry why he's clicking here and there. Okay, so I've not created any demo or lab guide for this. That happens for a day-wise training. Okay, so you can create. I just want to show you essential things. So when you create an action, here you'll get this SMS option. I want to show you, and you can give email name and all when you proceed further. Which number, my mobile number I can give, my email I can give. So I'll get that SMS, I'll get email when I save this information. Okay, so it is like that. And I've given basic steps. When you want to really try also, I've given go to portal, enable app insights. You forgot, just Google it how to enable. Go to the app, right click enable. But you can't do only after this webinar. You need to thoroughly read minimum 6 to 8 hours of online tutorials. Then only you'll be able to develop apps. And you should know some Java and .NET application development. So this is a website we have accessed, and we have seen live streaming. No, I kept this screenshot because one reason is I can share. Second reason is what if my portal is not working? At least I can show you how the live streaming looks. We have seen this. And page availability, you can select locations. I got a chance to show the live. We did not exhibit, but simple after adding test, you need to run test. Then we'll run, it will show how many locations it was able to fetch. Response time, you can send alerts, emails, as I told. You can mention it. So yeah, we started 5 to 10 minutes late, so I have another 10 minutes for question and answers. But before that, I have a couple of points before I take queries. The conclusion is we discussed about where cloud technologies in general, not specific to Azure, what is deployment model, service models, what is cloud, why cloud, how many cloud vendors are there, and we have spent considerable amount of time on Microsoft Azure in specific. Then briefly, very briefly, because I didn't want to touch or I don't want you to think too much on Visual Studio also. It should be independent of technology. So I showed you one brief Mcafee app, and I showed you how to deploy. It's right click deploy. It goes to Azure, and you can attach a monitoring feature using app insights, right click enable. They'll charge extra for this. They'll charge for this website. Okay, once you enable, you can click on dashboard, you can see live, you can create alerts, you can create availability, you can create response, you can check exceptions, you can check hijacks, you can check session expired, so many things you can check. And this is the road ahead for you if you would like to choose a path after this webinar. Okay, you attended webinar, not just put a tick mark, I have attended this webinar. But seriously, if you consider, you can do all these things in the lockdown period also, friends. All these things you can do. Yeah, maybe I'm favoring .NET because I'm a .NET background guy. Okay, Microsoft evangelist. Okay, so if you don't have choice, like if you're already not decided, started learning Java, you can select C#. If your university is prescribed Java, please do that. Learn. You can deploy Java also in Azure. If not, take C#. And in C#, if you select .NET, you want to create a front end, learn ASP.NET MVC. These are the links. You'll get this PDF. Learn Azure from Azure tutorial. You'll get some paid also like Pluralsight, but the student community, I don't suggest, don't waste money on that. You'll get a lot of video tutorials like Channel 9 and other things. Your faculty will help you. Okay. And you subscribe to Azure. Okay. Free subscription is there 1 year. You can do college projects also if college authorities approve that. And it is recommended, if you can, after doing all these things, why don't you get certified? This is costing today in India. During this COVID, they reduced from 7,000 to now it is 3,600 only. So they reduced this fundamentals exam fees. Okay, some 3,000, 5,000 approximately. Okay, less than 5,000. If it is affordable for you, if you want to take it, and this will really add a value to you in your profile before going to the first job also. You can say you're already certified. Okay, so and this is your choice. After going to projects also, you can look for the cloud based. You can easily work. And I cannot give links for development. It depends on your project. Once you're certified, when you start working for a company or a startup or your own setup, you start deploying. Then after a few years, minimum 3, 4, 5 years, you'll become architect, consultant. You may become evangelist anytime. You can start preaching, teaching, and you may start your own cloud. So there's no limit for this road. There's no end. That's all from my side. The only thing left is Q and A. This is the last slide, friends.
Okay, thanks a
Yes,
lot,
ma'am.
sir.
Done.
There are some questions.
Yes, please.
Mahima wants to ask one question.
Mhm.
Mahima, unmute your mic and ask your question.
Yes, please. Yeah, Mahima, go ahead.
Mahima, can you listen me?
Or they can
Can
even
you
type and you can read,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ask your question?
Hello,
Mahima,
sir.
yeah.
So,
Yes,
if you
Mahima.
want to deploy an app for a specific region,
Mm.
so how can we do
Uh-huh.
that?
Good. So you can select that, Mahima. I did not show that because I was not focusing on .NET. You can select that. Right now I can show you in 2 minutes. Okay. Here in the Visual Studio, this is respect to Visual Studio. Very similarly, you do it in Java setup also. You click on Publish. Here you need to edit, or I'll show you the new thing. Okay, here you can select the region resource group, and this particular plan, when you're purchasing, this is called a hosting plan. Okay, you are just like, when you take this north in south TV channels package, you buy a DTH, like that you purchase a plan, Mahima. When you purchase
Yes.
a plan, it will ask you to select the region in a drop down. That time looks like I purchased in central US, so it is showing that only. You want to change it, you can still click on new and you can change it. Two different plans, and they will charge. That's why I'm not changing, my money gets deducted. So you can change, you can very well, you can select any of these 58 locations, Mahima and everyone. And why to choose a different data center? Let's say you are running business, you are the owner, Mahima, you are in Mumbai, but 90% of your clients are from Mexico, let's consider. Then it is better to keep your website in Mexico data center, so it reaches easier. Even if there's a geo location level disaster in the southern eastern part, okay, the west will continue. So like that, you can select that, Mahima. To answer your
Thank
question,
you.
it comes in a drop down.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Thanks
Okay,
for that question.
next question from Shubham Sonar. Actually,
Mhm.
I want some information related to app development and a system my startup work.
Okay. So this is the list, slide number 46. Note down, what is his name?
Shubham.
Shubham, note down slide number 46. I'll give PDF and go through these links. Coming to system, you need a basic Windows operating system. Okay, not Linux or Mac. For this, you need Windows. Okay, preferably if you're buying, you go for laptop. If you have some desktop with Windows 7 and above, then only it works. And once you have that laptop setup or desktop setup, you please make a note. Okay, in Google you can type Visual Studio Community. Visual Studio Community Edition. You can download that for free of cost and you can use however you want, whatever time you want as a student. Only thing is you cannot make business out of that community. Then Microsoft will catch you. But as a student, you do finally a project, submit in IIT, submit to Government of India, no one will question you. Okay. So Visual Studio Community Edition, we can download and install. There you can do. And Azure free subscription you can take, or if you really start a normal slow business, you can even pay 5,000, 10,000 per month for Azure subscription. That is Shubham. I
Uh,
thought, yeah. Is the
yeah,
question is like that? Question is like, I want to know some tools and software like that, ma'am.
no, sir, it's
Yeah,
not like
sorry.
that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyhow, can I?
Yeah, next question from Sachin. Can we go through mean stack technology?
Yeah. Before that, ma'am, previous question from Shubham. Is that question
Yes.
clear, answered, or did I answer differently? I that wanted to know that. That was Shubham's question, na? Some tools and
Yes.
softwares I wanted to know. Yeah, fine, fine.
You are
Okay.
satisfied, Shubham?
Shubham, is that clear? Because the people are not in front of me, I can't see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Shubham. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, next question from Sachin.
Next question. Yeah. Can we go through
Mm,
mean stack technology?
yes. You can go through mean stack also, Sachin. when you create any application in main stack, any open source main stack or anything, typically it comes under open source, you can take it. And once you have in the local IDE, let's say you're taking some PyCharm or you're taking Eclipse for that main stack development, that also you can publish to Azure. It's possible. Only thing is that
Okay, sir.
technology learning you have to do independently, Sachin. Once you learn, you just type it, whatever main stack you're taking, this PHP app, or finally, what is this web server configuration, you're looking for a Tomcat in that, so you can look for that and you can put it. Yes, Azure supports open source related softwares also, Sachin.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, welcome.
Okay, sir, next question from Nikhil.
Mhm.
Sir, can you please show one more time how to put a website or app on cloud?
Definitely. Let's do it. Okay, then we are okay to extend 5-10 minutes. So considering that, again, don't ask me how to create this in Visual Studio. That is not in the scope. Okay, you file, open, create, you type some pages and all, it happens. Let's consider this is there. Okay, so how to deploy I can show you in Visual Studio. Once you create, also just file new, it won't take big deal. Project, you have to select .NET project. Here you have to type web project, ASP.NET web application for .NET framework. Okay, so the standard, you click on next, you'll get this template ready, and you type whatever data you want in these controllers and this views and all. I typed, see, list items, Gansoli, Vikroli, and I typed this, Vadapav, this div tags. Now you can even pull from server also, dynamically also bind from RDBMS, select star from and all. Okay, so once you do this, and if it's Visual Studio, you have to build it, Control Shift B. No need to note down, but I'll show you the publish path. After building successfully, you have to right click on the project. This is a project, this is a solution, this is a project, right click, publish. Let's publish new one in the interest of everyone. Okay, observe this. I'm selecting new. The Srinivas Gmail, it's not going to my office. App 3. This is my subscription. I have to, okay, let's use this. Resource group. So this is a logical grouping. Whatever you're going to create, you can put under a logical group, something like a package in Java, something like a namespace in C++ and C#. It's called resource group. You can create one resource group for your BTech project, MTech project, your college project, personal project, like that, different resource groups you can have. And this is what you have to buy for the first time. Generally, they'll charge a little more. So I don't want to create new. I'll use the same service plan, like a typical DTH plan. Okay, based on this, they'll give a hard disk and other things. Now, if you want to enable insights for this plan, it is there only central US. Other plan, if you change, you'll get more locations. And to save cost in my subscription, I'm not enabling insights. It is none, means no extra charge. It is only website. Okay. If you want insights, you have to select, they'll charge extra. That's why I'm not using it now. In my previous app too, I did app insights also. Now I'm not doing 3, create. Now this will ask you first time, Sachin or someone, I'm not sorry, but whoever asked that last question, here by default it will ask you, please enter your credentials. Here, this will get a hyperlink, yellow color, enter your credentials, click, type email ID, type password, then this will appear like this. It's a basic understanding, you know that. In Facebook, elsewhere also it happens. Because I already logged in, okay, it is not showing that please enter. Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, I think almost. After that, you have to click on publish. Once it is connected to Azure, publish means physically transferring. That publish is connecting. First step is connecting. Once connected, you click on publish. It is physically transferring. See here. It is sending. This is a deployment tool internally. Maybe now net is slow. Meanwhile, can I take one more question, ma'am? Yeah. So this will go. It will take 2 minutes also sometimes. Next question, please.
Okay, sir. The question from Shubham Bali. May you arrange long online session on Azure?
1 second. I'll come back to this, ma'am. Now
Sir.
this is there. Let's close it. Yeah. See now, see this. Yeah, those who are enthusiastic, interested people, if you already link is there, just change the 2 to 3. You should get the new one. No change, but this is a new link. If more people are there, I can have multiple instances and I can give. I'll say that, first year people use 2, finally people use 3, so that I have a proper load balancing. It won't crash. But the app is same. Yeah, maybe my net itself is slow. It will come. I just want to feel that it will come, and then the new thing we deployed. Okay. So previous person, almost the steps are clear. Right click, publish in Visual Studio. Next. You'll give credentials, plan, so on, so. In fact, you're asking show once again. Sometime back you noticed. Yeah. Yeah. The recent question, ma'am.
Okay, sir, the question from Mahima again. How to
Yeah.
deploy app in specific region?
I think we answered. Huh.
Okay, yeah,
To app.
that is done.
I'll
Done, done.
clarify. I'll repeat again. No problem. Okay. So Hema, whoever it is, while deploying the app in a specific region, in fact, I did it in South India. I selected that. Here in the drop down, I showed you right in the new. It will give a plan, service plan. Wherever the service plan is there in that region, it will show. Okay. I'll show you service plan in where you want. In Mumbai, you want Western. I'll show you. Okay. 1 second. At least I'll create a service plan. Okay. New all services. Okay, app services, all services. I'll show you. Just I may not complete due to cost factors, but I'll create. Okay, you need to click on add. I'll show you the location. Location things you can select while creating. Instance details. Okay. Publish. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mahima, whoever is asked, these are the locations. In the portal, when you're purchasing either plan or app for the first time, it will ask you where you want to put it. Are you able to see my screen now, Mahima?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can select. And please remember, all 58 may not come here depending on feature. Let's say you're looking for some kind of Cosmos DB that may be there only in 10 data centers. Common things are there in 58, but few things are available only in few data centers. No surprise for that. If you Google also, they'll say that, sorry, we don't have this service in India. Like that. Sometimes. Okay. Most common things are there. You may not find 58. That is what my point. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Next question from Aman. I have created machine learning model for
Uh,
image recognition. Can I
uh,
deploy on Azure service?
Yeah, Azure has machine learning services, but we need to check where you have written, what language you have written. We need to see that compatibility. Azure has machine learning capabilities.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Next question. Which cloud interface is better between Azure and AWS?
Who asked this question?
The question from unknown source, I don't know
Okay,
the
no
name.
problem. No problem. It's okay. See, these are all. It's like it's difficult to comment on this to that person. It's just as simple as asking, in 10 lakhs, which car is better, Honda or Hyundai? That's it. We can go on debate.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so I'll write a article. So Honda has this kilometer mileage, Honda has this digital button, Hyundai has this hatchback. So people, it's like a market. Okay, it's like a market. Generally, I'll go to Azure because I'm a .NET guy. I have a website in .NET. Why should I go to Amazon? I have a Java, or maybe I have 60% of my business with Amazon online books and all. Then why I should go to Azure? So we are people, human beings. And there was a fight in the last meeting. I didn't agree. There was a bug. You didn't fix it. I will change to some other vendor. The car punctured, didn't work, so I go to another car. So this is a practical answer. But again, I don't want to put on a record Azure is better than others. Okay, so everything has its own pros and cons. And the question was about usage point of view. What was the first line of that question?
So
First part
which
of
one?
the previous question. First part of the question between
Which cloud interface is better between Azure and
interface.
AWS?
Yeah. So if the focus is an interface, if the focus is an interface, I'm considering interface as a user interface. I can record say Azure is better. It has a much visual better interface than AWS interface. But again, the person from the other side may counter why you're saying AWS is not. I'm liking that. It depends the personal taste. Somebody like Internet Explorer, somebody don't like, they like Chrome. You can still go on debate. Okay, it's like that. Yeah. Technically, there's no proven record to say that, this interface is, even other party don't agree. Yes, this is a debatable question. Okay. There I'll conclude. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, one last question. In Microsoft Office 365 team
Mm,
facilities there,
mm.
whether it is free, if it is not, then how many days it is free?
Yeah. So it is not free completely. They'll give a trial. They'll give a trial. Typically, it used to be 30 days. Okay. You can check right now also in Google. So last time when I checked, it is 30 days. 30 days trial they'll give, friends. Okay. So after 30 days, you have to purchase again.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much, sir.
Yeah. That's it, ma'am.
So I think I have to conclude this session.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I present vote of thanks.
Please.
I, Khushbu Chandra, on behalf of Computer Department of Srimati Indira Gandhi College of Engineering, would like to take this opportunity to place a hearty thanks to a speaker, Mr. Srinivas Kongara, sir. I also thanks to a management member, a director, Dr. Rajesh Kulkarni, sir, a principal, Dr. Sunil Chavan, sir, a vice principal, Professor V.P. Patil, sir, a HOD, Professor Sonali Deshpande, madam, our team member, Rashri Pachpande madam, Rasika Shintre madam, and Kirti Surivanshi madam, and the participants who are taking positive attitude and attend online webinar for learning. Your contribution would be highly appreciated. Thanks to one and I also request to all the participants to please fill the feedback form. Once you will fill the feedback form, you will get your e-certificate in your mail ID. Thank you so much, sir. The session was very informative and very interesting. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to the entire management, and thank you. A special thanks to all the audience who have joined. Have a good time and safe time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Can I disconnect, ma'am? It's done, right?
Yes, sir.
Where is the feedback form available?
Sonali, ma'am.
Where is the feedback form
Yeah.
available?
That time I
We will
cannot
share
comment.
the link. We will share the link
Yeah.
in your WhatsApp
On.
group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raki, ma'am, can I disconnect now?
Uh,
I'm done, right?
Sir, just a minute.
Sure, sure. No.
Ma'am, hello.
Aniket wants to share oral feedback.
Oh, right.
Aniket Singh.
It's good.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah. Niket, right? Yeah.
Uh, yeah, sir. I'm
Yes.
from SIGC. I'm a computer science student. So
Okay.
I would like to give a thank you note to you for this informative lecture. So
Thanks.
you made this our account and providing us with the set of knowledge about cloud tech, not only about Microsoft Azure alone, but also with basics of cloud technology, which helped us a lot to understand the stage of development. And most important feature of this webinar was also the demonstration. We hope to have a multiple combination with you in upcoming future, and during this lockdown period, as we have nothing to do, we can have this
True,
kind of
true.
knowledge and this kind of sharing
Yeah.
from you. As a computer science student, we are sure to have a surfing of this kind of knowledges and other fields of computer science, and you gave one of its best. The lecture was so amazing. We are glad and really thankful to you, sir. The Q&A section was another beneficiary as multiple brain presents multiple knowledge,
Mm.
and you answered them all with such an ease. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Niket. Really, thanks. And really, actually, even I wish, I should be in front of you and all because the situation is bad. And one question I think, ma'am, we missed. Someone was asking, do you conduct a longer session, something like that? Then we jump to another question. Do you remember?
Yes, sir. One question was there.
Is maybe Aniket or someone? Do you have that
No,
question? Can you
no one
read?
else. Yes, sir.
Maybe we
Just one.
jumped that time. I because of this question, this is feedback. Then I realized, we wish we should have a longer sessions and all.
Sir, just a
And
minute.
yeah, Shubham only. Okay, fine. So yeah, that's what this. So it will be good to have a in-person interactions and with hands-on lab experiments. You should sit in front of me as a team, 3-4 people. Like maybe one day program, half a day program. You create and show it to me. So then it looks interesting. So it's all depends on the situation, Shubham. So let's see. We have to learn doing online also if it demands.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sir, Savarkar, sir.
Khushbu ma'am,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
This is Ravindra Gugre from Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering,
Yes, sir.
Professor Ravindra.
Yeah.
Actually, ma'am, I want to ask, this was a really fantastic session by the Srinivas sir. And definitely we'll try to arrange the session for our students also in upcoming semesters when probably when the college will resume. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And definitely. And one more problem is that due to some technical problems, some of us were not able to listen and watch the videos. So will it be possible that to share the recorded video to all the participants?
Yes, sir. We can share.
Okay. Yeah, because people are distributed in every location, and due to some range problem and all network issues,
Yes, yes,
it was not.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, we are going to share this video, okay, through
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay, thanks a lot,
Yes,
sir.
yes, definitely. And the session was really fantastic. Thank you.
Thank
A
you.
lot.
Thanks.
Okay,
Sir.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir.
So one more
Yeah.
feedback from Savarkar sir. Savarkar sir is there? Are you there? Sir, can you hear me? Savarkar sir, you can share your feedback, sir. I think he's not there, sir.
Mm, yeah. Maybe audio problem. Yeah, fine. So, do we have Sonali ma'am here? She's there, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We can conclude the session.
Network.
Yes. Thanks a lot, sir. You help us for learning. Okay. Thanks a lot. We,
Thank you, ma'am. Anyway, yeah.
thank you. Thanks.
Okay. So I'll disconnect now. Thank you.